Hi everyone, and welcome to the first 2013 episode of Town Talk with Ethan. Now, some of you might be wondering why we are not in the room where I normally do my episodes. Well, because that room is currently being renovated, and once it is complete, we will resume production there. In the meantime, we will be doing it down here, where I used to do my episodes, if you were watching my videos in 2007 and 2008. Anyways, let's begin. Now, let's be honest. We all get sad when we lose a loved one. We all wish we could bring them back to life, but we all know that there's no way that they can come back. Once someone dies, they can't come back. We just have to accept the fact that they are gone forever and are in a better place. The same thing goes with former Florida television studios. Yes, I of course am talking about Nickelodeon Studios. Now, some of you might be wondering, wait, what is this thing you have with Nickelodeon Studios? Well, I will tell you. So I visited the studio back in 2002 when I was about 9 years old, and even then I was crazy about it. But it wasn't until 2005 when I had learned of its closure. I of course did not want to believe this because since I had found this out from the internet, I assumed that it was wrong. But when I went back to Universal a few months later, I had discovered a repainted but recently closed Nick Studios. I of course was saddened by this. I mean, how could they close down such an amazing attraction that I had wanted to go to as a child? There had to be some sort of explanation to why this happened. Why should they just close it like that? What was the reasoning behind this? Well, over the years, as I began to learn all the facts, I had realized that it closed when it should have, that clearly the studio could not operate under the conditions that it was in when it closed. And Orlando had long phased out of its Hollywood East Coast thing, so clearly nobody wanted to do much production in Orlando, so they had to move out. So we just all have to accept that Nick Studios is gone, and that it clearly cannot return. Unfortunately, some people don't seem to realize that. Yes, I'm talking about the infamous Reopen Nickelodeon Studios Florida page on Facebook. The page has an astounding nearly 1,400 fans. It is run by not one, but two admin. And their goal is to reopen the studio, to bring it back to where it was, to have them produce as much shows as they did in the 90s. Just to bring the studio back in full swing. There are so many problems with this, I can't even tell you. But I will. Number 1. The building is already occupied. Blue Man Group occupies that building. They have no plans to move out. I mean, seriously, you can't just kick them out just because they took away an attraction you like. Seriously, I don't understand all this hatred towards Blue Man Group. I saw the show myself there, and I enjoyed it. Secondly, 1,400 fans isn't gonna cut it. That's not enough support. I think more people would rather have Jaws reopened than Nick Studios. And to tell you the truth, I'd much rather have that reopened. Not just because it's a better attraction, but I know it works better. Third, none of the Nick staff want to move back to Orlando. They already have a facility in California. They are doing fine there. But if they weren't so greedy, what they could do is have a studio-like tour at Nick on Sunset. I mean, it isn't fair that this generation of kids can't see their favorite shows being made. you know, they should have the opportunity to, you know, to have their favorite shows being made. Just like us 90s kids were. Seriously, do I really consider myself a 90s kid? I mean, I was half a kid in the 90s, half 2000s. Look, the studio can't reopen. I'm sorry. It won't work. Not even the help from former All That cast members will help. Look, I'm not asking you to get rid of the reopened Nickelodeon Studios Florida page. Give it a different intention. Rename it Remembering Nickelodeon Studios Florida. That would be something I would like. But I'm sorry. You just can't get Nick Studios to reopen. It's just not possible. I know I sound like a real party pooper when I say this, but you just got to accept the facts. Alright? That's all I have to say. So, thank you all for watching,